Hello, welcome to July 21st, 2023. My name is Kurt, and this is my daily Good Life meditation video and exercise. This is something that I do every morning, a little bit after waking up. It's now 4:52 a.m. I'm running a little behind. I spent a little extra time studying the poem that we're going to read. I do this exercise to remember my life objectives and principles, those which are outlined in my book, Going Alone. I also use this time to think about the last 24 hours, including last night. How did I sleep? How did I do yesterday with the challenges and opportunities that I met? Are there any in particular that I want to pull off the shelf of memory and think about and examine? How did I do? Did I handle the challenges and opportunities well? Did I act maturely in the face of difficulty? Did I capitalize in a virtuous and effective manner upon opportunity, etc., etc. And then finish by thinking about the day to come and how I can ready myself for challenges and opportunities ahead that I can see in the next 24 hours. And then conclude by asking myself if I'm ready to die. But first, a poem. Now, it took me a little while. I typically sit here and drink my coffee before I turn the camera on. That's why sometimes and how long it takes me to study and ready myself is how the difference between 4 a.m. and whatever time it is now when we start. And today's poem was small. It's this one right here. But you can see by all the markup that it required a bit of study. It's called, well, actually, before I read the new poem, I should read yesterday's poem once through, after it's settled in my brain for 24 hours. It's amazing how it does that. Just study a poem today, let it soak in, the new vocabulary, the new ideas, and then read it tomorrow, and it just rises forth like a sunrise. So yesterday's poem was called To the Nile. Let's read that. And if you're wondering about, there's vocabulary in here that's archaic and esoteric. Yesterday's video, we studied the poem. That's how I do it. I study a poem one day, read it that same day, and then let it sit, and then read it through the next day without doing the study, because we already did it yesterday. So if you want to know about the study part, go see yesterday's video. To the Nile. Son of the old moon mountains African, chief of the pyramid and crocodile, we call thee fruitful, and that very while a desert fills our scene's inward span. Nurse of swart nations since the world began, art thou so fruitful, or dost thou beguile such men to honor thee, who, worn with toil, rest for a space twixt Cairo and Deccan? Oh, may dark fancies err, they surely do. I didn't read that right. May dark fancies err? They surely do. 'Tis ignorance that makes a barren waste of all beyond itself. Thou dost bedew green rushes like our rivers, and dost taste the pleasant sunrise. Green isles hast thou too, and to the sea as happily dost haste. I didn't do a good job. Let me try that one more time. There's a cadence and a rhythm to it, and the emphasis that I was missing. One more time. To the Nile. Son of the old moon mountains African, chief of the pyramid and crocodile, we call thee fruitful, and that very while a desert fills our scene's inward span. Nurse of swart nations since the world began, art thou so fruitful, or dost thou beguile such men to honor thee, who, worn with toil, rest for a space twixt Cairo and Deccan? Oh, may dark fancies err, they surely do. 'Tis ignorance that makes a barren waste of all beyond itself. Thou dost bedew green rushes like our rivers, and dost taste the pleasant sunrise. Green isles hast thou too, and to the sea as happily dost haste. Got it better the second time. Oh, I feel it. It's good. It's good. All right, now today's poem is called Spencer, A Jealous Honor of Thine. So there were 1, 2, 3, 4 words that I had to study from the poem. And then there was another word that I learned as a result of my inquiry. So here we go. The first word was Spencer. I didn't know who Spencer was. It turns out it's Edmund Spencer, who died in 1599. Epic poet, also statesman of a sort, and right up there with Shakespeare in terms of being an honored writer of the English language. So this is Keats, referencing back to Spencer. In the course of researching that, I ran across a new vocabulary, sizar, I didn't know, which is an interesting word. Spencer graduated from university as a sizar, which is like it would be a student under a scholarship of sorts, or given their studies and room and board in exchange for labors before work performed. There's a word, elfin. Elfin means, which all the words, there's 2 words here that I knew the meaning, I just had to confirm it because it's a little strange. Elfin means a small, strange, mischievous, clever. Phobos is as a word, it's a capitalized, it's a god, Greek god of light, poetry, music, and the son of Zeus. And then another word, quell. I knew what quell meant, to suppress or to calm. It had to confirm that. It took a while for me to figure this out. And now, so the sense of this poem is that this is Keats referencing the memory and the artistry of Spencer, and wishing that and lamenting Keats' own mortal limits, and how he tries his best, but he's limited by what he is, and his limited inspiration and capabilities. But he'll try his best nonetheless. Let's read it. And as usual with so many of Keats' poems, the first line is the same as the title. So the title is Spencer, ! Spencer, a jealous honorer of thine. Spencer, a jealous honour of thine, a forester deep in thy midmost trees, did last eve ask my promise to refine, some English that might strive thine ear to please. But, elfin poet, 'tis impossible for an inhabitant of wintry earth to rise like Phoebus with a golden quell, fire-winged, and make a morning in his mirth. It is impossible to escape from toil, O the sudden, and receive thy spiriting. The flower must drink the nature of the soil before it can put forth its blossoming. Be with me in the summer days, and I will for thine honor and his pleasure try. There's a couple of parts in there that really get me, right? I mean, he's saying, a forester deep in my midmost trees, in his own mind, thinking he's trying to compose words, help to find the words that he can do it. But he laments the fact that he's unable to do so. Like, he can't be like Phoebus, the god, rising. And he uses this with a golden quell. I wonder if that quell is like a quill, like the golden pen. I don't know. Or golden quell, to just, maybe it means to suppress the desire by satisfying the desire. And then fire-winged and make a morning in his mirth. It is impossible to escape from toil. He's saying, I can't escape from the fact that I have to do the hard work. Oh, the sudden, and receive thy spiriting. I wish I could just have that inspiration. But alas, so to speak, the flower must drink the nature of the soil before it can put forth its blossoming. I can't be anything other than I am. And I put brackets around the last 2 lines. Be with me in the summer days, and I will for thine honor and his pleasure try. If you can just be with me, I'll do my best. Lovely poem. I have to say, Keats I wouldn't call this my favorite type of poetry, but it really is growing on me. It's a bit of a work to get every one of them, but when you do, it's like having a gem, a treasure. Okay, the good life in last night and yesterday. Slept good last night. Yesterday was a good, solid day of work, hard day of work. I must say, even though it's still a year and a half away, my my plan for retirement has really had a profound impact on me at work. It's like I take things in my stride. I do my work. I do my hard work, but I take things in my stride now, more and more. It's good. Yesterday was a great day at work. Got so much done. So much done. Very satisfied with that. No particular challenges yesterday. Oh, there was an opportunity. I don't need to give details. It's a work-related opportunity. That's why I won't give details. But a really interesting opportunity that I could, if I choose to, I can capitalize on it. It's a kind of a voluntary, optional thing, and I do think I do choose. So maybe in the weeks and months ahead, I will do this. It will be the second time in my life that this type of opportunity has come my way. The first time I did not capitalize on it. That was in the late 80s. This time I think I will. See where that leads. I'll talk about it later after I retire. The good life. 7 objectives. To be always ready to die. To make good and effective use of time. To develop and maintain good and sound life principles. To cultivate good emotional reactions. To perform good actions. To recognize true limits and true opportunity. To do just one thing at a time. No. I forgot what number 6 was. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot. No. Make good and effective time, develop, maintain, perform good actions. To recognize true opportunity. Oh my gosh. It's the first time this has ever happened. I've had to look up the principles many times, but I've never had to look up the objectives. They're all written in the book, in the chapter titled The Good Life. Recognize true limits. Okay. Recognize true limits and true opportunity in one thing slowly. Maybe I got it right, so it seems like I got it. Number 6 is recognize true limits and true opportunity, and number 7 is one thing slowly. Maybe I was all right. Maybe I just stumbled in my mind. The 34 principles are. Let's see if I go fast. How many I'll miss. I'm feeling a little gameful today. War, reason, homunculus, anchor hold, home of good and evil, purpose, atomic principle, nature, pirate ride, maturity, social principle, family, public speaking, temperance, life will not go well, the horror show, that which must be born, the feast of Offal, distraction, agency in the great indifference, the best seat in the house. I feel like I might have missed one already. The restless man, the path of wildness, the great life adventure, the risk of avoiding risk, sin and damnation, complete oblivion, the season of philosophy, script writing, the bullseye aim, the uphill climb, arena utility, nothing is enough, and the principle of fun. Ta-da! 34. I didn't. I think I'm getting them down. Okay, now, what about today? Today's going to be an interesting day. I took the day off from work. I'm attending a retirement event I work for a ginormous organization, and the corresponding retirement arm of this organization has retirement events. Basically, it's classes to learn how to retire. And I've seen my coworkers in the past go to these events, and it's my turn now. So I signed up about a month ago, and today's the day. So I'm going to get in the car and drive to the city of Orange and attend this event in person and learn how to retire. Very exciting. Man. And yesterday, I'll tell you a little bit. I got everything all set up, lined up to the end. The whole plan lined up to the end, till I leave. It's just a matter of not getting sick and dying along the way. It would be a shame. But I'm ready to die, so let's close with that. Am I ready to die? Are my affairs in order? Are my relationships sound? And is my life's work complete? Yes, yes, and yes. So what's more? It's all gravy from here. That doesn't mean I just goof off. And it means I still need to work hard to be a good human being and make the world and pass my life in a virtuous manner, leaving a virtuous wake. Ooh, I like that, a virtuous wake. A wake of virtue. I need to write that down real quick. Or wake. And with that, I'm going to call this done. I wish you all the best. Be safe, but not too safe. And with that, my life is done, if not finished. And if you stayed this long, there's really something great news that's coming down the pike. Take care.